Well, good morning, all my friends. So I go to work yesterday, and one of my interpreter friends said that her brother was grazed by one of the bullets, and he's okay. He's out, and he's doing all right. So I'm looking, something was niggling at me all day yesterday, that something's not quite right. And it's because, all of a sudden Democrats come out talking about, of course, gun control. And, and of course they bring out poor, Gabby Gifford, and, and then they tout her out, and then they, any chance they can get to get more regulation, get your guns, that's what the agenda is. And so niggling at me all day is something's just not right. And what started it was his brother saying he's just an average guy. He didn't have hardly any weapons in his safe. He's a pilot. He just moved here 2 years ago. And so then you have Homeland Security in Las Vegas as well. Interesting, right? And so something's not making sense. So I get home last night, I'm looking at, different websites and seeing what other people are thinking about. And God Rules this morning has on Second Shooter, and of course other channels as well. And I'm thinking, red false flag, what a shame. And they actually have footage of Second Shooter on the 4th floor. And then they have this guy, connected to Al-Qaeda, or however you say that acronym, with pink hats, and all that. And so something just does not add up. It just doesn't, they of course they don't want you to know what's going on. So anyway. So you can look at it if that's what you're into. My concern is more spiritual right now, and staying vigilant, listening to your good angels telling you not to go places or to stay away from places, listening to God directing you of where you should be, and to stay out of harm's way. And of course that doesn't always work. You're not always in tuned, and so my heart goes out to the people that lost people. If well, anyway, on my last video, I put in who controls the media. There's a whole graphic on my last video. Look it up. All my subscribers, you should see this, okay? Who controls the information that's feeding your mind? That's really important, okay? And you know me, I don't make any money from doing these videos. I do it, it's my first fruits of the day. And so I don't work for anybody, okay, except for God. And so anyway, I just want you to know that somebody did some really hard work on just who owns what. And so you could take a look at that. It'd be for your own edification. Also, if you have any questions for me from my, past videos, and I mean way past, like a year ago, would you please do me the favor of looking at my videos in the beginning of my YouTube channel? I put a lot of hard work into doing these videos, and a lot of time and effort goes into them daily, okay? And so do me the courtesy of looking at past videos where I have information. Do your own homework before you ask me a question about the homosexuality issue, okay? I would appreciate that. Now, once you do it, and you've really opened up your mind and you prayed about it, then leave me a question, okay? All right. I would appreciate that very much. and it doesn't waste your time or my time, if you know what I mean. So, we are in still the book of Matthew, and I was able to stop at verse 34 of chapter 24. And this chapter 24 has, always been used to talk about future events. However, I believe that these events have already happened. And as you know, I've been reading a lot of Swedenborg lately. And we'll get into that when we're done with the Bible here. That will be something else that I'll bring into this platform that you may be interested in to learn. And then we'll be going, probably back to the Bible to go over, what does the Bible, where did it say, what it said, and why. And we'll use the analogy of Swedenborg and what he explains and what the angels showed him. Okay, and so let's get into it. So verily I say unto you, and please do pray before you hear God's word. Okay, verily I say unto you, this generation shall not pass till all of these things be fulfilled. So he's talking about wars, rumors of war, the temple being destroyed, and all of that stuff that I mentioned yesterday. Heaven and earth shall pass away, but my words shall not pass away. But of the day and hour knoweth no man, no, not the angels of heaven, but my Father only. But as the days of Noah were, so shall the coming of the Son of Man be. For as in the days that were before the flood, they were eating and drinking and marrying and giving in marriage until the day that Noah entered into the ark, and knew not until the flood came and took them all away, so shall also the coming of the Son of Man be. Then shall two be in the field, one shall be taken and the other left. The two women shall be grinding at the mill, one shall be taken, the other left. Watch therefore, for you know not what hour your Lord doth come. But know this, that if the good man of the house had known in what watch the thief would come, he would have watched and would not have suffered his house to be broken up. Therefore be ye also ready, for insomuch as an hour as you think not, the Son of Man cometh. Who then is a faithful and wise servant, whom his Lord hath made ruler over his household, to give them meat in due season? Blessed is he, that servant, whom his Lord, when he cometh, shall find so doing. Verily I say unto you, that ye shall make him ruler over all his goods. But if the evil servant shall say in his heart, my Lord delayeth his coming, and shall begin to smite his fellow servants, and to eat and drink with the drunken, the Lord of the servant shall come in a day when he looketh not for him, and in an hour that he is not aware of, and shall cut him asunder, appoint him his portion with the hypocrites, and shall be weeping and gnashing of teeth. And there shall be weeping and gnashing of teeth. Okay, 25. Parable of the 10 virgins. Before I get into that, Swedenborg explains all of this, okay, as well, and in a very succinct way. And we will, like I said, we'll talk about that later. It's not what you think. But I'll let the Lord work in your hearts and where you're at now, and we'll hold off on that later on. Okay. So, chapter 25, then shall the kingdom of heaven be likened unto 10 virgins, which took their lamps and went forth to meet the bridegroom. 5 of them were wise, and 5 were foolish. And they that were foolish took their lamps and took no oil with them. The wise took the oil in their vessels with their lamps. And while the bridegroom tarried, they all slumbered and slept. At the midnight there was a cry made, Behold, the bridegroom cometh. Go ye out to meet him. Then all the virgins rose and trimmed their lamps. And the foolish said to the wise, Give us some of your oil, for the lamps have gone out. But the wise answered, saying, Not so, lest there be not enough for us and you, but go ye rather to them that sell, and buy for yourselves. And while they went to buy, the bridegroom came, and they were ready, went in with him to the marriage, and the door was shut. Afterward came also the other virgins, saying, Lord, Lord, open to us. But he answered and said, Verily I say unto you, I know you not. Which therefore of ye know neither the day nor the hour, wherein the Son of Man cometh. For the kingdom of heaven is as a man travailing in a far country, who called his own servants and delivered unto them his goods. And unto he gave 5 talents, to the other 2, and to the other 1, to every man according to his several ability, and straightway took his journey. Then he that had received the 5 talents went and traded with the same, and made them the other 5 talents. And likewise he that had received 2, he also gained another 2. And he had received 1 went and digged his money in the earth, hid his Lord's money. And after a long time the Lord of whose servants cometh and reckoned with them. And so he had he that had received 5 talents came and brought another 5 talents, saying, Lord, thou deliverest unto me 5 talents. Behold, I have gained besides them 5 talents more. Excuse me, let me just take a swig of my coffee here. And the Lord said unto him, Well done, thou good and faithful servant. Thou hast been faithful over a few things. I'll make thee ruler over many things, and enter thou into the joy of thy Lord. He also had received 2, he that received 2 talents came and said, Lord, thou deliverest unto me 2 talents. Behold, I've gained another 2 talents besides them. And the Lord said, Well done, good and faithful servant. Thou hast been faithful over a few things. I will make thee ruler over many things. Enter thou into the joy of thy Lord. And he that had received the 1 talent came and said, Lord, I knew thee that thou art a hard man, reaping where thou hast not sown, gathering where thou hast not strawed. And I was afraid, and went and hid my talent in the earth. Lo, there thou hast, that is thine. What is, here's what's yours. And the Lord answered and said unto him, Thou wicked and slothful servant, thou knowest that I reap where I sow not, and gather where I have not strawed. Thou oughtest therefore to have put my money in exchangers, and then my company I should have received mine own with usury. In other words, I should have received at least a little interest, Therefore the talent from him, and gave it unto him which have 10 talents. For unto everyone that hath shall be given, he shall have an abundance. But from him that hath not shall be taken away even that which he hath had. And cast ye into unprofitable servant unto the outer darkness. And there shall be weeping and gnashing of teeth. And when the Son of Man shall come in his glory, and all the holy angels with him, then shall he sit upon the throne of his glory. And before him all gathered nations shall separate them one from another, as the shepherd divided his sheep from the goats. He shall set the sheep at the right, the goats on the left, and the king unto them the right hand. Come, bless ye my Father, inherit the kingdom prepared for you from the foundation of the world. For I was hungered, and you gave me meat. I was thirsty, you gave me to drink. I was a stranger, and you took me in. And I'm going to stop right there. Verse 36. These are long chapters, and I try to get as much in as I possibly can. I wish you a happy Tuesday, and do leave me a thumbs up if you like it. and subscribe and leave me a comment. I'd love to hear from you all. Have a great one. Bye.